Everyone, I'm just sitting here with one eye on the corner of my caravan where I'm recording this because a great big huntsman up in the corner and I'm a spider phobic and I'm going to have to get rid of it. But anyway, wish me luck with that. This week's writing tip is something I've been doing for the last week, and that is if you get stuck, like really stuck, and you're not sure where the next part of your plot should go, you've got a few ideas in your head, but you're not sure how to structure it or where to put it. Of course, if you've got plenty of time, you can just keep going and write and see where it goes and where it takes you and just let the words take care of themselves, and then you can work it out later. If you want to work to a little bit more of a structure or have a little bit more of an idea where you're going, sometimes it's good to dip into a writing craft book. Now, the problem that I have had recently is just fine-tuning the turning points, and particularly as I'm getting towards the kind of 75% and 80% mark of the book, working out what scenes need to go where as I'm getting toward that last third of the book. And of course, the tension and the pace has to be increasing at that point. The reader wants to be well and truly on the treadmill and have it getting faster and faster as we careen, hopefully, towards the end, regardless of what genre you write, really, unless you are writing very slow, beautiful literary fiction that might not have such an important emphasis put on structure and plotting. For me, I decided to dip into a book called The Anatomy of Story. It's a book that I've heard about many times, but for some reason, I've never purchased it to put it on my writing shelf, even though I have many other books on writing, and I do dip into them every now and then as needed. And Natasha Lester actually mentioned in a recent post on Instagram that she had referred to The Anatomy of Story when she was a little bit stuck at a certain point in her most recent book that she's writing. So I thought, yeah, I need some help with kind of structure. Anyway, I bought The Anatomy of Story and I'm just working my way through it in bits, a chapter or two at a time, and then stopping and then going back and thinking about my story that I'm working on in relation to what I've just read. And I have to say that it has already really helped me to push forward with the story and to push forward with the structure. One of the big points that I have picked up from it is working out what the main action of your character is in the story. So what is the main thing that your character has to do in order to become the person that they want to become and that you want them as the author of the story to become at the end? So they start off as a certain person with particular weakness. There is some action they have to take, which will transform them in a way into the character that they become at the end of the book. So that action could be asking for help. It could be confronting someone, standing up for themselves. It could be looking into the family history. It could be going on a road trip. So it could, whatever the action is, it has to be something that they're doing. It has to be active. And that act, which increases as the story continues. So they do very little of it or none of it at the beginning. And then as they realize that things have to change, they start to take on this action, this particular action that then propels them forward in the story and is the action that will result in them finding success at the end and becoming that person. So that's been a really key tip for me, picking that up. And again, look, these are often things that we already know, but it's great to have a reminder or to hear them in a different form as you read a new writing craft book or listen to a video or do a workshop. Or so I guess the tip really is, if you get stuck, seek help in some way, shape or form, whether that be in the form of talking it out with a friend, referring to a writing craft book, watching a video, listening to a podcast, and seeing if there's some way that you can apply what you're hearing and what you're reading to your own writing. So that's my tip for the week. That's something that's really helping me at the moment. So I'm about to head back now, and after I get rid of this huntsman, with my copy of The Anatomy of Story in front of me, my copy of the manuscript, applying a little bit more to what I've got, and then moving forward into the next phase of the story. And another quick reminder that I do have a course coming up that's starting on the 4th of October online, Turn Up the Tension. It's all about increasing the conflict, tension, and pacing in your writing so that your book is a page turner, that people are going to want to keep reading it. There is so much packed into this course that runs over 8 weeks. You get a weekly Zoom call, you get access to a closed Facebook group, you get lifetime access, and it is all there, and you can find out about it at pamelacook.com.au. There's still a few places available. If you're thinking about it, pop onto the website, register now, and you can pay in 1 or 2 installments. And I would love to have you on the course for turning up the tension. So have a great writing week, everyone.